What will you be when you grow up? A question with an answer that may always sound abrupt. So, I ask you, have you given your future any thought? Or was what you said an idea that your parents had sought for you? Did you choose your own path, or are you trying to avoid your parents' wrath since they made you believe other jobs are not? Not a doctor, a nurse, a lawyer, or a scientist? Not an engineer, a senator, a president, or a pharmacist? Whatever, any other job you pick is flawed, is what your parents may have taught. But it shouldn't matter because the choice is yours. You don't want your days to feel like you're doing chores. Instead, you want to have fun with it. Run with it, live with it, and cherish it. Who cares what other people might say? Because in the end of the day, this is your future. You choose what to do. No one else but you. The future is in your hands. I rise for independence. Woo!
In the future, I see myself as a champion. One who's defeated my greatest enemy, who's a part of my mentality. In the final moment, I did rid of the fatality to destroy the fallacy that was known as suppression or apathy. All right. Keep in mind that the mind can self-destruct or be a weapon. Negativity can destroy you if you let it happen. However, your mind is far from tender, because in your future, you're the one to prosper. And by then the tears will be wiped away, and no longer must any of you pay, and bits of your sanity and the state of insanity will no longer be a part of your mentality. And soon, in the distant future, I see myself with a genuine smile. I've regained my emotion, my passion, my devotion, the revival of my desire for success, and the rebirth of my aspiration for being the best. After years of the struggle, I can finally rest. And for those who have to suffer, unfortunately the mental war can only get rougher, but eventually your minds will surpass. Tell your negative thoughts to kiss your ass, because individually you're all invincible, and keep in mind that hope is not invisible. I rise from the darkness of my mind. Woo!
What do you want for tomorrow? War? Famine? More corruption? People are fighting, shrouded in darkness, in fear, the unknown. What do we want? Education, reform, technology? Why not all? They are all for a change, to do something for a cause. My parents have told me, go, make it happen, make a change. Why? Because they believe in me. They believe that I am the future, a voice that can help improve. I had wings, but they were clipped by society. I cannot fly being held down for who I am. But now I am a leader, a role model, someone who will make a change for a cause. I rise for a change of a better future.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
What if I told you that singing was just a new form of talking? Or what if I even told you that dancing was just in a new form of walking? What are they more than just a simple form of breathing? What is talent that just lacks originality? Nothing more than a commonality like cleaning the floor. I mean, it's just nothing special anymore. Or, you know what? Let's rethink the situation for a second. We've completely lost the definition of talent as I recount it, that competition wasn't a first, and nor a self-deception to end with. Yet how did society rationalize a personal acknowledgement and recreate it into a game where one must overkill another one's skill to be better than each other? We shouldn't fight over whoever can breathe air better, because rationally humanity doesn't fight over two skills and one person comes up purging with shining talent. Wow. Is society being modernized to a day and age where only vocal and visual skills can fulfill a sense of accomplishment? Have we also forgotten that many other skills and talents that are so low-key that can be compared to a top-secret agency? Whatever happened to painting a picture with pastels or to the ability to run across a balance board with natural agility? I mean, come on, you think showing off your skills in public is a step to proving that your talent has any conformity? That's just some way for Simon Cowell to spit in your shoes to say that Hollywood has no need for your creativity or originality. Heck, no one gives the credit to the big brains of chemistry or to the guy who does the astronomy. How about the vets that care for your pets, or even your financial advisor who aids your every dollar? Where did you see the talent that had a requirement always meant for an audience as a judgment? Nowhere. So tear up these strange characteristics because statistics say it's full of shit. Now, how do we build up a persistent skill no one else can match? Scratch off that crazy idea. I have to do whatever anyone else can do. Just think what you are good at, and I'll link that with a cup of motivation, maybe even with a side of dedication, and brew up a good old talent. I rise from the dead part of society that is now a part of me.
Future. I laugh is such an unsightly word, used to define the society we live in, used to define the indecent excrements that populate this world with drugs, rape, murder, and power. Day by day, these things spread, infecting the minds of the young. This is what we call the future. A future where politicians dominate the nation and the wealthy control the unhealthy. People's minds hardwired to stand at the top alone with everyone down below. A place where the weak have no say in matters and are pushed aside as chatter. We call this the future, where people discriminate and manipulate others. This is the future, a force field with a permanent dent that we ourselves bend. This is the future we created with little to no hope. I rise from the system.
I gaze into the sky, hands on top of my head. Questions fly by. Where am I going? Who am I becoming? Let's start a little simpler. What am I going to do tomorrow? I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. I won't be another mindless zombie on the computer, mouth open, eyes unblinking, ears plugged with the sound of music, reaching for my phone just to see time unmoving, and undead to technology. With the tabs open on Facebook and YouTube, scrolling down piles and piles of boring Facebook statuses complaining about how there's nothing to do. There's always something to do. You are just too goddamn lazy to even unplug your life supply, open the door, and just breathe. Congratulations. That's the first step to maybe changing the world, starting with yourself. Because your voice is not weak nor useless. You are in charge of your own destiny. You get to pick and choose. As He-Man once said, I have the power. He's right. You have the power to change, to make anything, an invention, a story, an idea. The world is your playground. The swing's your momentum, the slide your journey, the sand your building blocks, the mind your limitation. So you ask me what I'm going to do tomorrow? Anything the hell I want to. Because the future starts with tomorrow. I rise for youth empowerment.